What's up, guys? How's it going? Back at it again. Vlog episode number 7. Woo! We finished the whole week, 7 days in a row. All right, we're gonna keep the party going. So, just another day here at Creekside Center. You know, living our best lives, nice and sunny and everything. Everybody's cool. So today, I'm gonna share with you guys how kids get started in martial arts. So, I'll just kind of share with you guys how I got started. Go up in the gym here. So I started doing martial arts way back in the 80s, 1987 to be exact. And it's funny because, so I grew up in Seattle. For those of you guys who are familiar with Seattle, I grew up in a town called Magnolia, and I went to school in this other town called Wallingford, which is like, I don't know, 15 miles away, something like that. And every day we would drive up through this town called Ballard, and there was a karate school, so Washington Karate Association, and they had on their thing, this guy in like the stands like this, and I was like, wow, that place must be so cool. And like, used to drive by there like literally twice a day. I would see this sign of this this guy doing this karate stuff, you know, and I would like beg my parents for like, it seemed like a really long time. But, oh, come on, just take me to learn karate. He's like, no, you're just gonna beat up your brother and sister. I was like, no, I promise I won't. This is gonna be so fun. And I think this is about the time the Karate Kid had came out. So I don't know if there was like this karate boom in the 80s or what was going on. Probably was. All I know is what I had my television of just wanting to learn karate. It was like, man, this stuff is gonna change my life. And it was funny because like back in the 80s, like if you knew karate, it was like, oh, bro, he knows karate. Dude, you know karate, bro? You know karate? Dude, he said he knows karate. Don't mess with this guy, he knows karate, right? So it was really like a powerful thing back then, you know? And so after like lots of begging and asking my folks, they finally let me go. And I remember walking in the place. It was really cool. You walk in, there's like this little bell that goes ding, ding, ding. And like, it wasn't like a, 7-Eleven. It was just like a little bell that kind of dinged when someone walked in. They had all their trophies in the front. And it was, very traditional kind of Japanese martial arts. And one of my senseis, it was actually the first guy, he came over from Japan. Really, really cool dude. I actually ended up hooking up with them recently, just connecting. And hopefully we can work together on this little in-school project that we're doing here. But it was awesome, man. And I remember as a child, like, it was something that I did. Like, I would train sometimes 2 hours a day, doing 2 classes and with the gi and all that cool stuff. And it was just really special. And it was something that gave me, like, this other world thing that I did. Like, I would go to school and do my school stuff and do all the school things. And then I'd be karate guy. And I got really good, I went to travel, did all these tournaments, went across the country, and it was like I was leading like this double life as like this 8-year-old and then this like kind of karate kid type of thing, And looking back, I think having martial arts in my life was like, it was awesome. I think baseball, I used to play baseball and stuff too. And I think these sports are really cool too. A lot of fun, team sports and everything like that. But the thing is, they're seasonal, right? So baseball season was like, I don't know, in the summer, and we played like 5 or 6 games, or I don't remember how many games we played or whatever. But it was cool. But I remember having martial arts was like just your go-to. I remember rain, sleet, or snow in the fall. In the summer we'd go, it'd be hot, and then it would start getting dark. And in Seattle, it's like it gets dark super, super. Like they change the hours or whatever. And it's like 4:30 and it's like dark outside, So I just remember having that, the one consistent regiment in my life. And I think, fast forward 30 plus years now, we got lots of kids doing our programs and everything like that. You think like what it gives them and the importance of having a routine, And I think that in karate and jiu-jitsu, there's all kinds of routines, from the warm-up to the exercises to the techniques to the steps that takes to get to complete each technique, and how everything's categorized and stuff like that. And I think as a kid, like for sure, me being the scatterbrain guy that I still am pretty much, but I think just having that routine and having these regiments was super beneficial to me, you know. So I think like, you know, we get kids that come in here for all types of different reasons. We have some kids were just like me, like, oh man, I gotta learn this karate stuff, man. I gotta learn this jiu-jitsu stuff. Like, I just like to fight, I want to wrestle, and I'm just like very aggressive, and I can't wait, yeah, you know. And then we get kids on the opposite spectrum, where their parents drag them in here, like, hey, little Jimmy need to do something because he'd be sitting at the house all day, and it is like driving me crazy, and he'd just be on that Fortnite and on the games and stuff, and like, you know, he's just not doing nothing. They don't want to do nothing, right? And, you know, this stuff is fun. I mean, you're like, where else can you go and fight people and everyone turns out okay and it's all good? And if you do really good, you get a medal for it. I mean, that's crazy, right? As a kid, as a young man, a young woman, you know, it's amazing, right? And it's not just for boys, like for girls too. So for those of you guys that don't know, we have a program in schools and we teach jiu-jitsu. And we're on year number 9. We've been teaching jiu-jitsu in public schools for 9 years, man. It's crazy when you think about it. But this year we're doing it all virtual. It's more of like a karate style kind of program. But one of the cool things is like you see before boys and girls, before they hit puberty, boys and girls are equal. Like boys and girls are physically the same. And a lot of times the girls do a lot better just because they're a little bit focused. Guys are just, you know, out to lunch. And so I saw this most in the public schools is like, and we would hear this all the time. They would be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna train with the girls. The girls gonna be easy, man. I'm gonna beat this girl up, right?" And then these little boys like get their butts kicked by this girl they thought was like sometimes they're smaller and skinnier, getting choked out and slammed, and there's like, and you just see this like paradigm in their head explode. Like, how did this little girl just beat me up? Like I thought girls were weak, and I thought this and this and that, you know. And then for the girls, like we go into schools, we tell them about these stories, and like, oh really? Really? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll try this stuff. Maybe I'll give this stuff a try. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, girls are thought to be princess ponies, all that good stuff, you know. And these young men find out real quick it ain't like that. You know what I mean? So in twofold, when you get kids into martial arts, it's like, you know, for a young woman to experience real power and experience real agency over themselves and their ability to create boundaries with people and their ability to stand up for themselves and their just ability to believe in themselves and say, you know what, I don't need your rigmarole, bro. Like, pull up on me. Watch what happens. I dare you. I double dog dare you. You know what I'm saying? And for these young men to have this paradigm in their head of women being inferior and this, and that, and then to physically get beat up by a girl, like every day, you know? I mean, what does that do for a young man teaching how to respect women, right? Or just teaching to respect people in general, you know? So it's really cool. And people like, look, you know, they say, oh, Davey, what you do so great, so good, blah, blah, blah. That's cool, right? And I appreciate that, whatever. But like, let's see how things turn out 10 years from now, you know? I mean, we've been super fortunate. We have a program working with kids, foster youth and stuff like that, and kids are on probation and parole and stuff like that. And, you know, I saw one like a month and a half ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, something like that. This young man was interning here. Maybe you guys remember Dewan, this little skinny guy. And I felt bad because I was a roast. I was like, Dewan, bro, when are you going to start eating, bro? You're so skinny, man. We got to, like, you know, you not eat your vegetables, right? It's this young guy. He's like, man, when was weight coming, man? I thought it was funny. But, you know, he's doing great now, man. We saw him. He's working a job. He's doing great. He's thriving. He's into motorcycles and stuff. I believe those are death traps, but he likes them and stuff like that. And that's the real success, man. That's the real success. And I don't think any of that would have been possible. Clearly, well, you know, who's to know what his future would have been? But having an academy here where we can work with them, and he knows he's always welcome here. Sometimes I stop by and say what's up. It all came through martial arts. You know what I mean? It all came through martial arts. So, yeah, if you have kids, you know, that you think could use something different or just want something that's like special in their lives. You know, I know growing up, like for sure the karate experience. I mean, I was super fortunate. Like I said, we got to fly all over the country, Florida, from Seattle. I came down here a couple times. I saw that San Francisco. I was like, wow, San Francisco is so cool. Down to LA, we went to Disneyland, and like this is back in the 1980s, early 90s. I think I remember we were driving in LA, and it was me and my dad, and then we heard it was like MC Hammer, can't touch this, when that was the cool thing, right? But I just remember that experience was just really, really empowering for me. And it was like, no matter what went on, you know, I never really got bullied while I was in karate or anything like that. But I know what went on, I had this power and I had this thing that was very special. And to be able to be here with our students and have these kids and have the possibility of like, man, when you get older, you know, hopefully I was able to share that with you and give you that same power and that same sense of just purpose and fulfillment that I gained from training martial arts. So definitely, if you're thinking about getting your kids in martial arts, you know, you should do it. Have them give it a try, you know? And it's going to be hard. Some kids are going to take to it right away. Some kids are going to be like, oh man, this is like, I love this. I can just go tomorrow, you know? And then you can use that as something to blackmail them if they don't do their homework and they don't do their stuff or whatever. And other kids are going to be reluctant. They're going to be like, oh, I don't want to go today. I got my Fortnites. I got my Apex Legends. I just want to sit here and do nothing like that, you know? And sometimes you're going to have to drag them in there. And you know what? We get kids come in here and like, oh, man, this is going to be boring, man. And then they get into the, okay, I'm having so much fun. This is a blast, you know? Because life's like that, right? If we gave kids whatever they wanted to do, then they'd be eating cupcakes and chicken wings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I mean? So us as the adults and the grown folks kind of have to put a foot into them, you know what I mean? So with that said, come on down, guys. We're doing live classes now. Limited resource with all the COVID stuff going down. We're going to have class tomorrow, 4:30. Should be a lot of fun. And yeah, like I said, if you have kids that want to do martial arts, whether it's with us, maybe across the country, maybe somewhere else seeing this right now, and you think it's cool, whatever, like, give it a shot, man. It's an incredible sport. There's so much that goes into it. It's humbling. It's empowering. It's thought-provoking. It's difficult. There's actually a study that came out that talked about ADHD and complex physical exercises and how doing a complex physical exercise can have tremendous benefits for attention deficit disorder. I know me, I still struggle with it. Like, I have a think Thompson just to get my act together. But, you know, it's good. It benefits, whether it's martial arts, gymnastics, something like that. And the discipline aspect of it. Like, look, you know, when you come here, like, this ain't T-ball, bro. This ain't T-ball. And I'm going to do a whole little episode on why I hate T-ball. Because it ain't the participation awards, right? We ain't giving out medals for trying, bro. You get out medals for results, bro. You get out medals for doing something, for winning, right? And that comes through hard work. That comes through effort. That comes through persistence. That comes through consistency, right? And, you know, we don't want to see our kids fail, right? It hurts when you see your kid suck at something and they don't do good. You're like, dang, my kid, you know? And you want to hug him and tell him, man, it's going to be okay, and don't worry. And you want to shelter them from all the brutality of this world and just the coldness and meanness, because it's real, it's out there, you know what I mean? But if you empower them, if you give them agency, if you give them skills that allow them to rise above all these challenges and stuff like that, like, they're going to grow way better. They're going to thrive. They're not just going to grow, they're going to thrive, all right? So that's another thing that martial arts definitely gives children. So anyway, with that said, guys, episode number 7, woo! That's what's up. Come check us out, HaywardMMA.com. We here on YouTube. We here on Instagram. We on Facebook. We got our website where we're going to categorize all the stuff so you can see all the cool things that we do and everything like that. And thank you so much, guys. And until next time, we'll check you later. All right. See you later. Bye.